what's happening? All right, check this out. Today is going to be a day that I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all how I actually got everything set up here in the control towers, I should call it. And it is all based off a Behringer 16-track mixer. Okay, and I have various drum machines, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you how I got it running. Now, for these drum machines that I'm running here, sometimes I'll run line 1 and 2 for left and right, and so that takes up maybe 2 inputs on my mixer. Then on the other machine, I have to run that one also left and right, because that's how I run it. I like to run left and right because I do a lot of my pan and potting, you know what I'm saying? And then on one of my drum machines, it has a bass output, so you can run the output of the bass output can be ran into your mixer. And so I'll just go ahead and run that one channel into a mono channel of the mixer. Then I also have a separate bass line on that track. Like on mine's, I have drum machine 1 on channels 1 and 2, drum machine 2 on channels 3 and 4, bass output from the Alesis on track 5, the microphone that you are listening to right now is a phantom powered microphone. I run that XLR and turn the phantom on in the back. Then I also have another keyboard, which that keyboard runs mono. So there's another mono channel that goes into the mixer. Then I also have other keyboards that what happened was I ran out of room. So I had to go and get another smaller mixer and hook everything up to this. I got this Behringer. Let me see, what is this thing? It is a 1 mono input. Then it has, let me see, left and right. So that's 1, 2. If you wanted to hook up 4 mono channels, 5. You can hook up around 5 mono channels too. Well, anyway, I bounced everything over to that mixer, and then I bounced it right back into the mixer. So I do that because I'm just basically trying to expand my recording studio off this mixer here. The thing that I like about this mixer a lot is the fact that you are able to mute things out. And so when you want to bring something in, you can unmute it. You know what I'm saying? And another good thing about it is that it has effects. You know what I mean? So it's always good to have a big mixer, to me. I remember when I used to be at the radio station, we had those big console mixers back in the day where you had a tape and you just hit a button and it automatically, not automatically, but it goes into the next program. You know what I mean? And so you had to work a board. It was kind of a push button board, but anyway, you still had to learn the whole mixing board. And tell y'all some good things about this also. You know, something like this, a mixer like this, you know, if you was really trying to produce a band, or let's say you was trying to put you a podcast together or make a movie, these mixers is great. You know what I'm saying? So hold on a second. Now, with this mixer here that I'm using, it also has something called CD tape in, where you can actually take your RCA. It has a RCA in where you can run, like, let's say for instance your cell phone. You can take your cell phone or run it 1/8, because that's a 1/8 jack, and then get you a cord that transfers from 1/8 to RCA, and go RCA straight into the input of the mixer, and voila. You know what I mean? And then also there's an output. There's a RC output that if you wanted to, you can just go RCA out, then go 1/8 right back into a computer or whatever. You can do it that way. Now, how I do my setup here, hold on a second. Gotta get a little water to drink, you know what I mean? Now, on my setup here, the only time I use the computer is when I'm doing the editing. So what I do with this board here, I send my output. There's a main output. There's a couple of outputs in the back of this mixer. One of those outputs can go to your PA system or whatever. But what I have mine's doing, I have the output. It's called the control room or something like that. One of those outputs, I can't see it right now. I got that going to my audio interface that goes into my computer. And then I'm able to go in and maybe cut some things and edit some things and stuff like that. But then after I get through mixing it all up and then cutting it upstairs or whatever, then you can take it back and remix it. So that basically, that's just how I do, man. Just basically just trying to take this mixer and make it work for you. Now there's another feature on here that where it has a thing called the bus. And the bus is where you can kind of like group certain instruments on, like, let's say for instance, group 1, and then you can put another group, and then you can mute out those groups or whatever. Now, I don't really use that a whole lot. It's kind of deep and technical, and I really just don't feel like using it right now, but it does come in handy. And if you learn how to use it, hey, it can really help you out. Now, with this mixer that I'm using, it has a couple of spots. Let me see, it has 4 auxiliary spots. So you can hook up 4 auxiliaries. Hold on a second. You can hook up 4 auxiliaries. So that means that you can have different type of reverb units and all that going straight into this mixer. You know, when you really trying to move up, get off into producer type stuff. Hey, I'm old school, but if you you know, you guys are into this mixing and you know, trying to move up and you know, producing music, these is good to learn. Now, I'm not going to stay too much longer on here, but now what really got me into this mixing was that I really started off as a DJ back in the day using those old realistic mixers where you had one record player, one phono on here, one side, and another phono player on the other side. Then you had a switch that will switch it to line 1, line 2, and you can, back then we was running everything straight to a cassette. And so after you got through mixing on the turntables onto your cassette, so now you have a mix that's already done, right? So then you can go back with that tape, get another tape player and put that tape player on the other side and start mixing again. You know what I mean? So, man, it's all about mixing music. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to go ahead and break that down to you because a lot of times I just be playing music and not really talking about anything. But there it is. All right. And once again, man, I want to say thank y'all, everybody who've been coming by and checking me out. It's been real cool. All right, man, y'all be cool.